everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Amanda Ostrander. I am a teacher-turned-homeschool mom, and this is Raising A to Z, a place where we talk about all things homeschooling. And today I'm going to share with you what I'm doing for curriculum for my third grader next year. Alexie is going to be in third grade. Third grade. That feels like a really big step. Last week I was talking about what curriculum I was doing with Zoe, who's going to be in first grade next year. I'll put the video link over here. That felt like a big step because I won't have a kindergartner. But I feel like grade 3 is like a big step, especially here in Ontario, because like grade 3 is like a testing year. Not that homeschoolers have to test, but like in teaching circles and as a former teacher, grade 3 just had like such a big weight to it because it was an EQAO year. And as a homeschooler, I don't have to do that. And I'm not going to do that because that test is a joke. But, for some reason, I think maybe it's my like history in the education system. Grade 3 has like this like deep sense of like, it's big. I'm excited. She has just grown so much in her like reading and writing the past year that I'm actually kind of nervous about what we're going to do this year. Cause I feel like she needs to be pushed, but I also don't want to like overwhelm her and stifle her creativity. So yeah, it's just, I've got some ideas. I've got some plans. It's just to implement them all. Okay. So let's see what we're doing in terms of curriculum with her because this kid she's a little prolific at times. So let's start with language arts. Again, this year we're using chalkboard curriculum, chalkboard publishing. We love these daily language skills. I call this our grammar book because it is all about like sentence structures, finding the different types of words, adverbs, nouns, punctuation. There's some writing activities in it. Basically every 5th day is a writing activity, and it's not overwhelming, which I kind of like when it comes to grammar because grammar can be super dull. But it's not overwhelming. It has some like fun activities in it. She really, really enjoys doing it. So when she finishes off her grade 2, she's going to be moving on to the grade 3. And I'm excited because I think, like I said, she loves this. We're also going to be doing grade 3 spelling. So same chalkboard publishing, same thing. Typically in the past, I do the different levels of phonics and spelling, and we start with phonics and then we go into spelling. And I didn't get her the phonics. I don't think they make them anymore in like the books for grade 3. I think they've stopped the phonics books for grade 3. I think you can buy it online from the company directly as a PDF printable. But Alexie is, like I said, she's a little bit prolific at certain things, and she reads really, really well for her age. And like, sometimes I find when I give her phonics work, I'm just giving her busy work because she's done. She'll do 2 or 3 pages in like 2 or 3 minutes because she just understands it. And so I feel like if I were to give her phonics, it wouldn't necessarily do anything for her in that sense. Like she's currently just jumping through it like it's nothing. So spelling is something she does struggle with a little bit more. Not that she's not a good speller, but I think that she can still definitely practice her spelling. So I will continue doing spelling with her, and grammar is a hard thing. So like definitely going to do grammar. But I'm going to see how we go on the phonics. If I feel like at the end of the year, she might need a bit, maybe we'll pull some up, get something from somewhere. But at the moment, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do these 2. I also got, I didn't print the whole thing off, but I got the Jotted Down program from Brave Writer. I heard about Brave Writer years ago from another friend who was homeschooling her kids. She doesn't homeschool them anymore because they're like high schoolers. But she had used the Brave Writer program and swore by it. Thought it was an awesome program. So I looked into it, and I love everything that I'm reading, and I love everything that I'm hearing about it. And so we're going to try it out this year. We're going to try out the Jotted Down program. And basically the Jotted Down program is not their curriculum in a sense, but it is for ages 5 to 7. You can easily stretch it, even though Alexie's going to be 8, I can stretch it into there, just giving her a little bit more expectations. But basically it is a series of 10 different writing activities for the year. And each one is broken down into like a 1 month, step-by-step, how to do it in a month kind of activity calendar essentially. And so that's what I'm going to do. I want to do it with her and Zoe. And like I said, just having higher expectations for her to do more of the writing, to do more of the spelling, to watch her grammar and her punctuation, all of that. I think it's going to be an interesting trial for us to see what it is. I think it'll also be fun for her because Alexie loves to write. Like, this kid, we went through a phase. I think if you've been around for a while, you know that we went through a phase where she was like filling notebooks with notes and thoughts and stuff like every 2 or 3 days. Like, she's a little bit prolific. She's currently writing a book on her iPad. She says she's on chapter 6. So she loves writing. So I think something like this will be really, really good for her. I just need to print it out because I just got the title page because it was like 100 pages of notes, which as a parent, when everything's broken down for you and you don't really have to think about it, it's kind of nice. So I'm really looking forward to doing the Brave Writer, this program. I also got a novel study kind of like for in the middle, for like winter time or like when we're kind of in the blahs, from Brave Writer. And so we're going to try that. And if we like it and it goes well, maybe for grade 4, Alexie will be doing Brave Writer. And that'll just be her writing program. Her literacy program will be Brave Writer. We're going to see how it goes. I will get back to you next year on how it goes. But yeah, Brave Writer, we're trying it out. I'm very, very excited because I love all things Julie Bogart. I just think she's an awesome, awesome homeschool mom. And like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about the Brave Writer program. So that's what we're doing for language arts. I'm excited. Now, math. So Alexie, I need to explain. Alexie, again, was a little bit prolific when it came to math as a young child. When Alexie was little, she went through math programs like they were nothing. And so she got herself quite ahead and is now slowing down a little bit because it's getting to be a little bit harder. It's getting to be a little bit more work and more steps. And so she's slowing down. So at one point she was almost 2 grades ahead. I would say she's probably like probably about a grade ahead still. So she's currently doing grade 3 math lessons for living education. She's only about halfway done. But she didn't start in September either. She started kind of like, I think she started in January. She's about halfway done. We're going to continue through this summer and then just go until she finishes it and is ready to move on. At which point we'll introduce math lessons for living education number 4. Yeah. She loves it. I considered switching out of math for her, like I said, because she's working a year ahead. And I just thought maybe she needed something a little bit different, but she loves it. So I'm not going to argue. Like, we're covering everything we need to cover. It's all working out just fine. I have to supplement some of the American stuff. That's the only thing, especially at her age. But you know what? If she's happy with it and she likes it, why would I change it? It's not worth an argument, right? And it, like I said, it does cover everything that I needed to cover. It does a great job at that. I was thinking maybe just something a little bit more academically challenging. So maybe she would get, but then again, she's working a full year ahead. So like, I don't know. Anyway, it was a thought. I asked her, she said, no, I like what I'm doing. So we're sticking with math lessons for living education. And she's going to do level 4, even though she's in grade 3, once she finishes whatever she's doing, whenever she finishes grade 3, because she's still working on it. So yeah, she's going to do the grade 3, the lovely fox. And then, like I said, in my last video, when I was talking about Zoe's curriculum, I was very excited because when I was ordering my curriculum from Learning House, I saw the book. I was like, okay, cool. And then just as I was scrolling, I saw that they had the bundle and I was like, the bundle, what's the bundle? And it now comes, you can bundle it and it comes with a Practice Makes Perfect workbook, which I'm so excited about. So this is basically extra practice to go with this. And that's always been one of the biggest complaints about math lessons for living education, is that sometimes it just doesn't have enough practice questions. Like, for example, this page here, there's 6 multiplication questions. 1 activity, 6 multiplication questions, and then 3 questions here. So some parents sometimes are like, oh, that's just not enough. We'd like more. We like to be a little bit more practice, a little bit more thorough. Or if your kids are struggling with the concept and need extra assistance, there's not really room in the main book for that. This is where this comes in. So it has the extra practice. It has extra pages, so you don't have to go looking for them online. This would also, it has quizzes. So if you have a program, if you live in an area where you need to do like reporting, you can do that by doing the quizzes and stuff in here as well. So that is an awesome option about this, because this program doesn't have any quizzing. So if you wanted to do quizzes or tests, that's not something that's in this program. You can get it in this program with this like supplemental book that goes with it. This would also make an awesome summer program if you are year-round homeschoolers, because it is just, it's not overwhelming. You could do it. It'd be fantastic. So it can go with this. It can be a great summer review program. I'm super, super excited for the new bundle. I think she's going to love it. I kind of wish they had a bundle back when we started, but looking back. Anyway, glad it's out of now, and I'm so excited for it. So that's what we're doing for math. For Alexie, other things that we're doing for science and social studies, history, geography, that kind of thing. We are a unit study family. I think we'll be a unit study family for a very long time going forward. And so that's what we're doing for science and social studies. The kids pick topics. They pick some really cool topics, I'm not gonna lie. And we're gonna do topics. We're gonna do these unit studies on these different topics. To find out what the topics are, you'll have to stay tuned till next week, because that's next week's video. But we're going to do some really cool topics. I have like 8 or 9 different topics and things figured out for unit studies, science stuff, history stuff, social studies stuff, geography stuff, like all the things. And it's going to be fun and it's going to be awesome. We got it covered. Most of it's coming from Teachers Pay Teachers. I did get 2 or 3 sprinkling things that are from different companies. So I'm kind of excited to try those out because I've heard some good things about them. Next week, I'll give you all the details on those. Then we get into French. French is not an issue for Alexie. I was talking about how French is a bit of an issue with Zoe last week, but this week we're talking about Alexie, and that is not the problem. Alexie is quite good at French. So she does her French lesson with her mama once a week for like an hour and a half. She is fully engaged. She loves it. She is reading in French. She is trying to do some writing in French. She loves it. So she does her lesson. Her sister tags along, but she loves it. Alexie is also doing Duolingo, and I kind of wish I would have started her earlier. I don't know if she would have had the same like excitement about it, but she loves it. She is currently on I started her this year. I don't know. She's on like day 80 of doing Duolingo every single day. She wakes up and does it on the weekends. She does it. I'm not even kidding. Some days I wake up, we get up, we're having breakfast, and I was like, okay, after breakfast, after morning basket, we're going to do school. Alexie, you're going to do Duolingo? She's like, it's already done. I already did it. I was like, but it's like 9 o'clock. She's like, yeah, it's the first thing I do in the morning. She gets up and does homework first thing in the morning because she thinks it's fun. So she's doing Duolingo. It is an app on our iPad. She does it totally independently and free, and she loves it. So she's going to continue that, doing her Duolingo and working with her mama once a week. And that's where we're going to go with French because it is working for us. So for art, she's going to do choir. She does music voice lessons with Dad. She's quite the good little singer. So that is going to continue. We're going to do that again this year. I'm excited. She got to sing a big solo at Easter. She did so well. So well. Yeah. So she's going to continue. She loves it. And she's a very good little singer. So that's what she's doing for art. She also will just do art in general. We're always creating things. So I don't really worry about our curriculum in that sense because we're a pretty artistic family and we're just always looking for a reason to do something creative and artistic. So we'll find lots of art opportunities. And then the other thing that Alexie is doing that Zoe is not is they're both in Girl Guides. We started this year. We started with one troop and it wasn't the greatest experience. And apparently that is very common with Girl Guides, is that your experience very much depends on your troop leader. If you have a great troop leader, it's amazing and an incredible program. If your troop leader is not fantastic, the program sucks, which I guess makes sense. So we were going to a troop. It was like a half-hour drive for us to go to this troop because the kids really wanted to do it. They saw something on TV where like one of the girls they were in something similar and collecting badges, and they were all into that. So we're like, okay, we did it. We were going once a week. Sorry, not once a week. Originally once every other week. We just weren't having great communication. We showed up to events that were like canceled last minute. It just basically seemed like they were showing up to play crafts. It was not very timely. Like I'd show up to pick them up and they were like, oh, we still have like half an hour left of work to do and they've already started and they can't stop now. So we'd be like waiting and waiting. It was a whole thing. I was really hoping they wouldn't like it and we could just drop it really easily. But then in January, someone I knew started a troop literally down the street. And so I just transferred them over to that troop. And it's been night and day. Night and day. They love it. They look forward to it. They have this troop leader. Originally it started as like 16 girls. They filled the spots in like 6 hours. And then they added more leaders and got a bigger group. And now they're going to split the group for next year because the group has just grown so quickly and so much. It is fantastic. The kids love it. They get so excited to go. They've had incredible activities. They've done awesome things. They earned some badges. They did like a whole like badge ceremony, which we never did with our other troop. We didn't do a welcoming thing. We didn't like, it was a whole thing. So already this troop is like 100 times better. And Alexie is excited because she can now earn discovery badges. So she is an Ember, which is the former Brownies, if you don't know. And so at her level, she can earn badges independently by herself at home. And so she has done 2 so far this year and she is like itching to do more. And I love it. And basically I plan on using her badge earning as like her independent projects for her to do she gets a badge, but it gives her something to do as like a project. There's always 3 steps to earning a badge, like an independent discovery badge. The first one is always learning about a woman in that area. So for example, if they're like learning about, if it's like an animal lover badge, they can either talk to someone, a female who works with animals. So if you know somebody like a vet or a friend who's a farmer or whatever, you can have them like talk to them and ask them questions and have like a little mini interview. Or you can do like a historical figure and like look up and learn about someone like Jane Goodall or something like that. Then you have to do an actual activity and make a project of some kind and do an activity. And then it's like a sharing aspect. So she goes to her troop and shares what she's learned and what she did and why she did it with her troop. So it's great because she gets to do these really cool independent projects. She gets to earn a badge. I don't have to do very much because it's supposed to be very independent. And so yeah, that's going to be something that we kind of do as like curriculum in a sense, that like she's got these extra projects to do, but like they're not mandatory and they're fun and she gets to pick what she's doing. There's a whole bunch of options. And so I'm very excited. She's very excited. When we were at the old troop, I actually had asked if they had badges and she was like, we don't really recommend the badges. They earn badges during their like group time. She goes, but like in terms of like the extra badges, I just think they're like a lot of work and they're, you know, the younger ones get upset because they didn't earn extra badges because they're too young. And so I don't recommend them. And I was like, oh, okay. We went to this new troop and the leader saw her talk about something and was like, she should do a badge about that. I was like, oh, can she? She's like, yeah, here's all the paperwork. So, Alexie's earning badges. it's kind of like independent study for her in a sense, and she has to earn her badges. So I'm considering that part of her curriculum as well. Not all curriculum needs to be workbooks. So that's what she's doing. That's what grade 3 is going to look like for us. I'm excited. She's very excited. And I can't wait to see all the things that she gets up to this year, because I think it's going to be a big year for her. Like I said, prolific kid. When she hooks onto something she likes, she gives her. So I'm excited to see what she's going to come up with. So that's it. That's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and click the bell. You're definitely going to want to do that, because next week I'm going to talk about all the different unit studies we're going to do next year and where I got them. You'll definitely want to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok so you can see all the cool things we're doing on a regular basis and get a much closer sneak peek at the curriculum books on the inside. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.